Greetings, everybody, back with a look at this week's mail. Hope you're all doing well. First of all, I got a few decks from an order on Penguin Magic. That was the only, this is all the decks I got this week, but I did get some games. The first two are from the Bacon Playing Card Company. First, we got this one, the new Turbulence Year of a Tiger, which is, of course, celebrating the Year of the Tiger for the Chinese Year of the Tiger. Numbered seal, I got 104 out of 1,000. Printed by the Bacon Playing Card Company in China, which I believe is the same plant that does Expert and Hansen Chan and Legends and all those other ones. And fairly straightforward deck. There's your back design. Faces are fairly standard. Previously, there was a pair of Turbulence decks that they put out that were like, I don't know, black and white or something like that. I don't remember the colors. They were not really my cup of tea, but this one has this really nice striking tuck case and pretty nice back design, so I figured why not. The other one I got that's from them is the glacé, kind of further distant green. Glacé means ice cream in French. It says c'est la vie, which means that's life, basically. And fairly straightforward back design, looks like that. In green, the original ones were blue and then yellow. My least favorite part is the code cards, which are, they look like that. They're repetitive, so all the kings look like that, just a different colored cone on top, or ice cream on top. But they're not that exciting, so keep that in mind if you're interested in that. Then I got latest one from Vanda Cards. It is the Aces in Red. Nice foiled tuck case, as you can see. The cards are 100% plastic with this nice simple poker back. It's made for poker and card games. The faces have 4 colors on them. Diamonds are in blue, clubs are in green, and the hearts and spades are your traditional red and black. With fairly standard faces, they are plastic, as I mentioned. So keep that in mind. I don't know if Vanda's going to have anything else that comes out. We'll see. Time will tell. I mean, their management of the last couple Kickstarter projects was horrific. The communication relatively non-existent. Their trustworthiness amongst backers has just gone down the toilet. So if they launch another Kickstarter project, I'm not sure that anyone is really going to back it. Some people might, but I don't think it's going to be successful. So who knows? This was not Kickstarter. This was something he produced and sold it directly via his website and sold it to resellers. And the other one I got is the new Chinese legal tender from Jackson Robinson with a beautiful holographic tuck and beautiful holographic cards. I believe this is how Jackson originally wanted these to look when he first produced them a few years ago. But due to problems with experts and holographic foil technology at the time, they didn't quite come out, and now they have been reproduced in this nice, beautiful look. Of course, previously he also released a British currency one. I'm hoping to see a Canadian currency one in the near future. Fingers crossed, because we have very nice currency here in Canada. Moving on, I did get some games. First, I got this one, which came last Saturday, but it was too late for last week's video. It is Zero by Blue Orange Games, my first from Blue Orange Games, but not my last, as you'll see momentarily. And it's by the good Dr. Rainer Knizia. It's a simple game where you're trying to get as low of a score as possible, 0 if possible. This would be a perfect 0 hand, which is a set of 5 cards of the same color, and 5 of the same number out of these 9 possible cards. I'll leave it at that. Now, this came out back in 2016. Zero, also known as Zero Down. This one is just Zero. And there's been different productions from different companies in different parts of the world. Currently, it's being produced as a game called Cat Ass Trophy with cats. And it just doesn't feel that good, so I decided to go for this older version. It's a little harder to find. I found on eBay though, as opposed to going for this new cat-themed one. Then I got one here that is another older game that I got on the Geek market on BoardGameGeek.com from a seller there. It is Trick of the Rails, which is by Nova Games, and this is one of 2 different versions I've seen of it. It's a fairly small trick-taking game. It's trick-taking with stock holding. So you're going to be doing tricks. You'll be collecting some cards in different train stocks. You'll be adding to these train stocks, doing all sorts of things, and then whoever gets the most points is going to win, basically. You're railroad investors. It's an interesting combination of trick-taking and stock building in a game, and I look forward to checking it out. Then, I got a couple of games from Zatu Games, aka boardgames.co.uk from the UK. The first one is from Blue Orange Games. It's Next Station London. It has a nice shiny box. And this is a game. It's a flip and write. And it comes with pencil crayons, 4 different colors, and a score pad. And you're going to be flipping cards that have different symbols like circles, triangles, pentagons, and squares. And you're going to be connecting the dots basically. So if you start with pink, you'll start at the pink train station and then move to whatever symbol you get, and you're going to move around. And you're going to score points for how many different of these yellow squares on the box that your line goes through. You can't even see them, but there's 13 different yellow squares on this card, 1 in each of the 4 corners, and then 9 others. And you're going to be scoring points for how many of those squares your line goes through, how many stations you go to, how many times you cross the River Thames, and yeah. And you're going to do that in all 4 pencil crayons. People in America are like, what is a pencil crayon? Because they call them colored pencils. That's wrong. They are pencil crayons. Just saying. This came out last year. It's a pretty cool game. I like that the box just flips open like that with magnets. And there's actually a new version now, a Tokyo version that just came out this year. I don't think it really changes anything fundamentally with the game. It's just a different location. And then there's this one that just came out from Cosmos. It's called My Gold Mine. And it's a push your luck game where you have these cards that represent a cave. You and your opponents will be drawing cards that have gold nuggets on them, or potentially dragons on them. And if you flip a dragon one, the dragon is going to move closer towards you. And, you know, you're going to want to either push your luck and try to move forward to collect some gold nuggets, or you want to collect exit cards and try to move towards the exit and take what you got, basically. But if you get caught by a dragon, if the dragon moves onto this card here, these people are toast. I like as well, again, this one opens up. It says open and play on there. It's kind of cool. And you open it up, and you get a spot right on the box to put your 2 decks and for your gold nuggets, which this game comes with some little gold nuggets. I'll show you those. They're not real. They're plastic, but they're kind of cool. And some tokens and some other stuff. Pretty cool, simple game. And that's brand new. Then I got 2 orders from Board Game Bliss. The first one is 2 games, or a game and an expansion. The expansion is Targi, the expansion, which I will be looking at alongside the main Targi game, which I got some time ago. Not sure why the box is the same size as the actual game, with the same insert and everything, considering they could have made it the size of my gold mine. It's also by Cosmos. They could have made it this size, and it would have been absolutely sufficient. The good news is everything from this box is no longer in here. It's in the actual game box. It all fits in there nicely. What do you get with the expansion? You get some new cards, some tokens, and some new stuff. You get these new water tokens, which act kind of like gold. You get these new sand dune cards, which give you new abilities that you can use, new cards that you can use. And they've changed up some things. There's also this new Targia figure, which kind of acts like a robber, but she actually gives you abilities that you can use. And yeah, but you have to get the base game to play this. That is that. The other one I got is Aldabas. Doors of Cartagena, which I will be looking at soon. This just came out very recently. And it is about these doors. Aldabas means door knocker. You see a nice door knocker here at the front. You get cards that are in red, blue, and yellow. Each one has different professions on them, like you got fisters, soldiers, and clergy. There's also nobles and various builders. And what you're trying to do is you're going to be collecting cards. You're going to be either collecting coins, buying cards, or playing cards into a tableau. And you're going to be trying to get influence in, one or two or three of these different professions. So if you get influence in fisters, for instance, if I get influence in fisters, I'm going to get points for whatever cards I have in my hand. And different influences are going to interact with different professions. But you're trying to get the most value in specific professions based on what you have and what you want to do. And whoever has the most points at the end wins. Pretty cool. I will say the card quality was a little bit better. It feels like, well, they're hard to riffle shuffle because they feel like they're the thickness of a cereal box cardboard. I'm not kidding. They're pretty thick and rigid. And, I wish that there was an insert in this big box. There's no insert. Everything is loose or in plastic bags. And, a couple other minor things that I wish were a little bit better. And then I got one more. I just got this from a different order from Board Game Bliss. It is Splitto, which comes with cards that have these 6 different colors and patterns and numbers 1 through 6. And what you're trying to do, this is by Blam and BlackRock Games, and actually it's also by, this version by BlackRock and BlackRock Games, but it's also by 25th Century Games. And what it is a game where as you are going to share everything except the victory. So you got cards that have numbers on them. You also have cards that have different things that you're trying to achieve, such as having exactly 1 pair, or having the most of this number or that color, or having exactly 2 5s, or having exactly, 4 different colors, or whatever it is. Different goals that you're going to try to, different objectives that you're going to try to meet. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking a card from your hand, placing it face down either to your right or your left. And your opponents are going to be doing the same thing. So you're going to be playing cards to one of 2 different piles. You're going to flip them face up after everyone's done that. And you're going to be trying to complete these objectives on either side, trying to add cards and score points. You're going to be able to score both of this. Your opponent's going to be able to score, that side and the other side. It's definitely pretty interesting, and I look forward to checking it out. So that is it for this week. Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Next week, I expect more cards than games. We'll see what happens, though. See ya.